You should be grateful I even let you touch me. Most guys would kill for the scraps I give you, she said while I paid her rent. So I quietly cut her off. Now she's broke, blacklisted, and living with her mom. Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks. I never thought I'd be the guy writing one of these posts. You know the ones, quiet guy, loyal boyfriend, puts in the work, gets blindsided by some wild betrayal that feels like a punch to the gut. Yeah, that's me. This all happened over the course of about a year, and even now, it still doesn't feel real sometimes. But I need to get it off my chest. Not because I'm bitter, but because I stayed quiet for so long it nearly drove me insane. Her name was Chloe. We met at a bar 2 years ago, not one of those loud ones with sticky floors and drunk 20-year-olds doing body shots. More like a relaxed lounge, live music, chill crowd. I was there for a friend's birthday. She was there with a girl who was clearly trying to get rid of her Tinder date. Chloe had this kind of magnetic confidence. Witty, sarcastic, razor-sharp with comebacks. She called me suit boy the second she saw me because I was still in business attire after a meeting. Said I looked like someone who does other people's taxes for fun. I laughed, and then I didn't stop. We started dating about a month later. She told me she was between jobs but wanted to build a career as a freelance designer, digital illustration, visual branding, that kind of thing. She showed me her sketchbook. It was actually good. She was broke, but never acted like it. Always generous in energy, always trying to help others, even if she couldn't pay her half. I covered dinner. I covered Uber rides. Eventually, I started covering her half of the rent too, when she moved into my apartment after her lease ended. At the time, it didn't feel like I was being used. It felt like I was building something with someone who just needed a break. Things didn't fall apart overnight. That would have been easier. It was slow, like rot. After 6 or 7 months of living together, Chloe stopped sketching. Her tablet gathered dust. She started sleeping in, binging shows, making jokes about how capitalism kills creativity. I kept paying for everything: rent, utilities, her phone bill. I'd come home from 10-hour days, and she'd still be in pajamas. Don't judge me. I'm manifesting, she'd say. But she was still charming. Still fun, still funny, at least with other people. Especially around her new creative friends. DJs, influencers, wannabe podcast hosts who called themselves visionaries and posted fake deep quotes over stock photos of sunsets. I didn't fit in with them. I wasn't edgy. I wasn't chaotic. I was stable, responsible, boring. I remember one party we had at our place, her idea. She invited everyone she knew and introduced me to her friends like I was the landlord, not her boyfriend. "This is Daniel," she said, laughing. "He's the guy who makes sure I don't starve." I laughed it off in front of everyone, but it stung. A few days later, I overheard her talking to one of her friends on speaker while she was in the shower. She must have left the bathroom door cracked. Her friend asked something about me. I don't remember the exact question, but I do remember Chloe's answer. "He's safe and boring, but he's useful, you know." My stomach dropped. I didn't say anything. Not that day, not the next, but I started noticing more. The way she rolled her eyes when I asked if she'd applied for gigs. The way she made fun of my Excel spreadsheets. The way she'd spend 45 minutes doing her makeup for some club night and 0 minutes doing anything remotely productive. The worst came during what I thought was going to be a real conversation. I asked her, gently, if she still wanted to pursue design. If she needed help planning a schedule, a client strategy, something. She sat on the couch, sipping wine she hadn't paid for, scrolling through her phone like I wasn't even in the room. "You don't get it," she said flatly. "I don't want to just do work for people. I want to inspire them." I nodded, trying to keep the peace. "I get that, but inspiration doesn't pay rent." She slowly turned her head, smirked like I was a child interrupting grown-up talk, and said it. "You should be grateful I even let you touch me. Most guys would kill for the scraps I give you." There was silence after that. She went back to her phone, and I went somewhere else entirely. Not physically, not yet, but in my head. That was the exact moment something snapped. Not in anger, in clarity. After she said that line, "You should be grateful I even let you touch me. Most guys would kill for the scraps I give you." I didn't respond. Not in the moment, not even with a look. I just sat there, numb. And in that numbness, something in me clicked into place. Not the kind of rage you see in movies. Not heartbreak either. Just the realization that I had been giving everything to someone who viewed me as furniture. Something useful. Something replaceable. That night, I didn't sleep. She was snoring beside me, snoring like nothing had happened. I stared at the ceiling for hours, going over every time I gave her the benefit of the doubt. Every bill I paid. Every time I excused the laziness, the insults disguised as jokes, the complete lack of gratitude. The next morning, I was calm. Too calm. I cooked breakfast for myself only. Packed lunch for work. Didn't say a word when I left. And that became the pattern. The silent exit begins. I didn't tell her I was done. I just started acting like I was done. First step, I opened a new bank account. Second, I canceled the joint credit card she always used to just grab a few things. When she tried to use it at Sephora and it declined, she texted me, "Hey babe, your card's not working?" I replied, "Not my card anymore." She didn't respond. That was the first time she knew something had changed. Next, I started moving things out slowly. My birth certificate, my childhood photos, my expensive headphones, one drawer at a time. A shirt here, a laptop charger there. She didn't notice. She was too busy planning a birthday weekend for her DJ friend. Too busy working on her personal brand, which, as far as I could tell, meant scrolling Instagram and reposting memes about cutting off low-vibrational men. The final move out 2 weeks later, I scheduled a Friday off work. She was asleep, probably hungover, when I packed everything that was mine into a U-Haul van. Took maybe 2 hours. Left the keys on the counter. And a note. Just one sentence. "You don't owe me anything. I just realized I owe myself more." I turned off my location sharing. Blocked her on social. Changed my number the next day. No big confrontation. No final fight. She didn't deserve one. I didn't ghost her. I just released her. The way you release something that's rotting in your fridge. No ceremony. No drama. Just gone. Aftermath. First ripples of panic that weekend. I stayed with a buddy from work while I found a new place. We grabbed drinks that night, and he told me I looked peaceful. Not happy. Not excited. Just light. Like I dropped a backpack full of rocks I didn't even know I was carrying. 3 days later, Chloe called my work phone. I didn't answer. She left a voicemail. Her voice was syrupy sweet. "Hey, I'm not sure what's going on, but I think we need to talk. Like now." I deleted it. Next day, she emailed. Subject line, "Seriously? Body, you think this is okay? You don't get to just walk out and act like I don't exist. That's emotional abuse, Daniel." Right. Now it's abuse. After she told me I should be grateful to touch her. After she drained my account like a parasite on vacation. I didn't respond. Mutual friends start reaching out by the end of that week. I'd heard from 3 of our mutual friends, most of whom were really just Chloe's entourage. One texted, "Hey man, Chloe's freaking out. She said you just dipped? WTF. Another called me a narcissist. You're really gonna do her like that after everything she's done for you?" I almost laughed out loud. What exactly had she done for me, besides consume my time, my energy, and my savings like it was her birthright? Still, I said nothing. Not a word. Because silence was finally doing the job my words never could. She starts to spiral. I didn't follow her on social anymore, but friends occasionally sent me screenshots. She posted vague quotes about betrayal. Some people only support you when you're useful. Watch how quickly they disappear when you stop feeding their ego. No likes. No sympathy comments. Just 1 or 2 pity reacts. She DM'd me again a month later from a burner Instagram account. "I miss you. I didn't mean those things. I was scared. You made me feel too safe, and I confused that with boredom. Please talk to me." I didn't even open it. Closing this chapter, for now. That's where I'll leave this part. Because by then, the power had already shifted. Not because I got revenge. Not because I made her suffer. But because I had something she couldn't fake, couldn't post, couldn't manipulate. Peace. And she had to sit with the fact that she threw it away like it was nothing. It's funny. When someone's the center of attention for long enough, they start to believe silence is impossible. That people will always care. Always orbit. Always look back. But when you truly go quiet on someone like Chloe, no text, no call, no explanation, not even anger, the silence becomes unbearable. And eventually, it starts screaming. The DJ boyfriend who wasn't about 6 weeks after I moved out, a mutual friend, a guy named Marcus who never really picked sides, sent me a message. "Yo, you heard about Chloe and Kai?" Kai was the DJ she used to brag about, some shirtless guy with a SoundCloud and 6 baby mamas, apparently. He'd started crashing at her place right after I left. According to Marcus, they were together for about 4 weeks. Then Chloe posted a photo of them in bed, and Kai immediately commented, "Why you posting this? We're not even like that. Public. For everyone to see." 10 minutes later, he blocked her. A few days after that, he left with her laptop, a PlayStation I'd bought for myself, and she kept, and $300 cash she had stashed in a drawer. She called the police. They told her it was a civil matter. She posted some Instagram story rant about men being trash and how she was done being generous. Generous, as if she had been the one paying rent, covering groceries, buying electronics. The blacklist begins, then the landlord got involved. Apparently, she hadn't paid rent in 2 months. She'd been too emotionally distressed to get a job, her words, not mine, and kept promising her new man would help out. But DJ Kai was long gone. When she finally got an eviction notice, she lost it on the property manager, screamed at him in the front office until security had to escort her out. Result? She got blacklisted from every property owned by that real estate group, which was a lot. In that part of town, it meant she'd either have to go way out into the suburbs or move back home. She chose the latter. Back to Mom's house, she didn't tell anyone, but people talk. I heard from Marcus again. He ran into her at a grocery store back in her hometown. Said she was wearing oversized sunglasses and pretending not to see him. She looked exhausted, pale, not in a glow-up detox kind of way, just drained. He said she mumbled something about being in between chapters and walked off without buying anything. I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel anything. But it wasn't pity. It wasn't satisfaction either. It was more like this weird, clinical detachment. Like watching a building collapse after you already moved out. She tries again a few weeks later. I got an email. Subject: please read this. Body: I know I hurt you. I know I said things I can't take back. I was scared. You made me feel too comfortable, too safe, and I pushed you away because I thought I needed chaos. But now I see what I lost, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to fix this. Therapy, communication, whatever you need. I miss you. Please call me. I didn't reply. The next day, I got a message on Venmo. One sent with the note: just want to talk. Blocked. She sent a message to my cousin, who lived in another city. Can you tell him I'm not crazy? That I was just overwhelmed. Blocked again. Then she tried the guilt route. Sent me an actual handwritten letter through my old building's office, which I no longer lived in. You don't have to forgive me. Just don't hate me. I didn't hate her. I forgot her. Her friend's turn at first. She tried to rally support, telling people I ghosted her, painted me as cold and heartless. But people started asking questions. Didn't he pay your rent for a year? Weren't you the one who said he was lucky to even be with you? Didn't you have some guy move in right after? Her tribe, the creatives, the loud personalities, started quietly stepping back. You can only play the victim for so long before people remember who you really are. And me? I was fine. Actually, better than fine. I wasn't dating anyone. Wasn't trying to. I was working, sleeping better, playing guitar again. I had weekends to myself. My bank account was growing again. I wasn't walking on eggshells in my own home. No drama. No manipulation. No noise. Just peace. Which, after all that, felt like luxury. I hadn't seen Chloe in person since the day I moved out. Not in the supermarket. Not on the street. Not even in passing. And I liked it that way. So when I saw her standing outside my new building one Saturday afternoon, leaning against the brick wall near the entrance, arms folded tight across her chest like armor, I froze. Not out of fear. Out of pure disbelief that she had the nerve. The last attempt she looked smaller somehow. Like the air had gone out of her. No lashes. No lip gloss. Hair tied back in a low knot. Wearing a hoodie I forgot I even owned. She didn't see me at first. I watched her glance around nervously, checking her phone like she wasn't exactly sure what to write next. Then her eyes locked on mine. I didn't wave. I didn't smile. Just walked past her toward the door. Wait, she said. Please. I didn't stop walking. She followed me up to the intercom. You blocked everything. I didn't know how else to reach you. Still silent. I unlocked the door. Held it open. Not for her. Just because I wasn't going to slam it in her face. But I didn't step aside either. Can we talk? Just for 5 minutes. That's all I'm asking. I looked her straight in the eye. You said I should be grateful you let me touch you. I said. Remember that? She flinched. Like the words hit her harder than she expected. I didn't mean it. I was being cruel. I was serious, I interrupted. That was the most honest thing you ever said. She blinked. Her mouth opened, but nothing came out. You wanted someone to orbit you, to feed your ego, pay your bills, sit quietly in the passenger seat of your movie. I get it now. I stepped inside, held the door, but I'm not angry. I'm just done. The door closes, she didn't try to follow me in. Didn't scream, didn't cry, didn't throw a tantrum like I half expected. She just stood there in the doorway, hugging herself, swallowing whatever performance she thought would work. I let the door close between us. Not dramatically, just quietly, like closing the lid on a chapter that no longer had anything to teach me. Aftermath, that was 3 months ago. She hasn't shown up again. Marcus told me she moved to Florida to live with a cousin. Started doing some MLM scam. Still posts thirst traps with fake deep captions about healing energy and manifesting real men. I don't check her page. I just hear things. And me? I've stayed single. Happily. Peacefully. Intentionally. I don't need revenge. I don't need closure from her. Silence was enough. The life she thought was beneath her is the one I'm living better now, without her in it. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share it in the comments.